know, sometimes when you get into things, you say it's going to happen at one time, and it takes 15 minutes just for to get going. Welcome to the Road to Showdown, Night 2. It is a big night of action, and we are stacked to the brim with 4 big bouts. Bouts, of course, take place across all 4 divisions. Turn the sound down on the music, but the card tonight as follows: the Tribal Chief versus a Ring General to start night off in the pink division, and then we head to the green division. It's the reigning Showdown champion Liv Morgan going toe to toe with Lainey Reed. Afterwards, in our co-main event, it's the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels going up against the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar. And then your main event, it's a rematch that saw championships exchanging hands. It's the Empress of Tomorrow versus Fallon frickin' Henley. Oh boy, a night of excitement. And well, that excitement is coming at you thick and fast, because we're going straight away into tonight's opener. I'm really hoping that this is going to deliver like last night. Championship Monday was big. Number 1 Contenders Tuesday should be bigger. And here, in the Underground Arena in Sheffield, we're live and going into night 2. Night 1 saw upsets in the mid-card, taking over the top spots of these divisions. Is it time for former champions, number 1 contenders, to overtake the top dogs?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
Well, Reigns, this is not his first rodeo in the road to the showdown. Last year, he competed in the Big Boy Pink League. 4th seed overall, making it to the live event where, well, his run was cut short by a man that goes by the name of William Ospreay. This year, a different challenge is in front of the Tribal Chief. Potential to overcome the odds here in this division. As said, Roman sits in the Pink League once more. And the foes in this one, I think, are a lot easier than what is sitting on the other side of things in the Men's Gold League. Reigns once again slow as ever to make his way into the ring, but once he's in there, it's game time for the one true tribal chief. We've done a bit about, well, talking about Roman. His opponent is also entering his second road to the showdown.
And his opponent from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds, Gunther!
Interestingly enough, these two were both in the Pink League last year. And I am just looking for the record. It was a week 1 matchup that saw Reigns come out on top in the full-blown run of the tournament. It needs to be said that Gunther did not make it to the live event. He fell short. And now, a second lease of life in this tournament, qualifying through the Road to the Showdown gauntlet match on Breakdown last week. He overcame some pretty big names, some of which have also made it into the tournament, but Gunther got a higher seeding, giving him this spot as, quote, the #1 contender to, I believe, Will Ospreay's World Championship. We start things off tonight with a little jostle. A collar and elbow that's now turned into a waistlock here for the ring general. The referee for this bout, big man Gregathy, is Gunther, showcasing his command of the ring by taking control early of this entire situation. Think of these two men in IPW. Reigns has had probably the better build up to this year's Road to the Showdown. Having, after competing in last year's, gone on to #1 contenderships and then winning the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship after, I'd say, a torrid time up against Will Ospreay on a Breakdown. Then being drafted over as the winning reward for Primetime after their summer loving escapades. This now setting the tone for Reigns' career. He's become a lot more of an IPW pedigree top talent. Gunther, on the other hand, looking to maybe do the same thing for himself, but right now on the receiving end of some punishment from the tribal chief, who goes for the early cover. Gets a 2 count as well. Suffice to say, tonight, compared to last night, you've got a lot more, I'd say, on the stakes for these wrestlers comparative to those that competed on Championship Monday. The champions overall in this tournament, you expect to make it all the way to the live event. They typically, in the openers, don't really mind point trading or losing in that round 1. For everyone else, though, every match matters, and it came down to the wire last year for certain stars, and a spear comes through from Reigns, cutting the ring general in half. Good for 2, but Gunther able to kick out of that massive maneuver from Reigns. Roman, continuing with the momentum, sends Gunther for a little run tries to go for the Superman punch, but it misses wildly, and Gunther trying to get that schoolboy, then the T-Rex drop kick. This is momentum shifting in the favor of the Austrian. Again with the boots to the body of Reigns, putting down the OTC. Gunther, short arm lariat, connecting to the neck and basically the big target on Reigns' body. Crush that neck, that larynx, and you realistically wound and remove a lot of Roman's ability to charge head first at you with that spear. But Reigns, caught here. Gunther hooks him up and brings him crashing down with this body slam. Now looks for something more. Hooks Reigns up, takes him up top with the power bomb. Stacks him, but the pin too close to the ropes. Big man Gregory calls for that rope break. You gotta feel Reigns getting bailed out here by IPW officials. But maybe the bailout's not enough. Gunther continuing to punish the tribal chief. Scoops him up, puts him on top of the turnbuckles, and the boots meeting the face, as that is a painful position to find yourself in. Hung up on that top rope with a boot pushing your chin into your brain. Gunther, big time power bomb on the outside, spiking Reigns' head into the floor, and you have to feel Gunther has not forgotten how this matchup went for him last year. He's looking to bounce back, looking to make it further than what he's done before. Well, with a dub over the tribal chief, it could be huge. And again with the short arm lariat, he drops Reigns where he stands. A count of 6. Reigns is returned to the ring, and the ring general wise to do so. He goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. And Gunther thought that was a 3. He wished Gregory gave a quicker count. And remember, it's smart from Gunther to bring Reigns back into the ring, so there is no chance of splitting points with the OTC. Cravat locked in for Reigns. Gunther fights out the hold. Hooks up Reigns. Snapmare brings him down to the canvas. And now some vicious elbows from Gunther connect into Reigns. Sleeper locked in now as well. Will Reigns go night-night? It's sleepy time here for the OTC. Locked in for a long time, but Gunther actually is the one to relinquish the hold. Reigns beckoned to his feet, avoids that drop kick. This time, the OTC, no, not going to go on the offensive just yet. It's Gunther still in control. Maybe not for much longer, as there's a spear to wake up the tribal chief into this tournament. But it's not enough. Not yet anyway, to put away Gunther, as these two men start to bleed as we open up night 2. Superman punch connects. Gunther trying to get the cheeky shot in onto Reigns. Roman evades it. Back with the Hangman's forearm smash. And that's a big setup for the ooh and the ah, as Gunther gets cut in half. Simple as you know, it's not as simple as you like. Not yet, anyway. As the ring general kicks out, showing some defiance here against Reigns, who's firing off some heavy artillery now. Big shot after big shot for the OTC. He's come into this second half basically in firm control. Gunther needs to find his avenue back in, and this whip, this change of the stance, could be what gets him into the winning column. Gunther takes too long, taunting on the apron, gives Reigns the chance, but no. Roman not able to capitalize. Caught by Gunther. Brings him to the canvas. Tribal Chief. He's had a good, solid showing in this matchup, but Gunther, such resiliency. It's hard to match up to. And the ring general ascends, maybe thinking King Kong knee drop instead. The big splash, and he goes for the cover, getting the 3. Well, it's a great way to start the night off. A back and forth affair that ends with the Austrian man on top of this situation. As we see just the back and forth, the big time finishers connecting for Reigns here. They both were busted open partway through this matchup. But here, the climax, the crescendum, the splash connecting for the ring general puts away the Tribal Chief.
Here is your winner, Gunther!
A big victory and 3 points earned for Gunther. We're looking to see if the next 2 stars can do the same sort of performance and live up to this great start here tonight. Well, we pivot over to our green division, which will see arguably an instant classic if it falls into that same sort of pathway that we've seen from these types of stars in the past. As well, we have a big bout. It's Laney Reed, it's Liv Morgan, 1-on-1. It's a rookie versus a former Ruby Belt champion. Can Laney Reed overcome the odds put in front of her in this tournament?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing Fatal Influence from Birmingham, Alabama, Lane E. Reed.
This time last year, to give some context, we put into each bracket, or the IPW management do, they put into each of these divisions a quote prospect, a future star looking to break out. Last year, we had Jasmine Nix in the teal division as the basically prospect. While she didn't make it to the big show, she still was able to earn 8 massive points This year, it's Lainey Reed's turn to live up to those expectations. Can she do so where the competition is a lot stiffer than what it was last year?
And her opponent, representing the Judgment Day, from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan!
Now you may be wondering why I'm saying that competition is a lot stiffer this year comparative to last. Well, simply put, we've had a year's worth of basically history forming in front of us since last year's tournament. And one of the big shifts that came out of the tournament last year was Liv Morgan. If you talk about her career in IPW, it started really at Locked In 2025, where she put on a phenomenal performance in that chamber, almost eliminating everyone but falling short to Natalia. Then she went into this tournament as a kind of a breakout star for basically what she did there and Locked In. And then she bloody went on to win it all. A phenomenal run, to say the least, in that tournament. 15 out of a possible 21 points. She finished atop of her division, Seed 1. She then went on to win the entire tournament. And that's why she's here this year. She's looking to realistically bounce back after, I'm going to say, a torrid 2026 so far. Only one win out of X amount of performances. She looks to get back onto winning ways and get back into the title picture here on Breakdown. Now, going up tonight against Lainey Reed, it's certainly, I would say, a warm-up for Morgan, who's expected to win this matchup. But Reed can and will cause upsets. You have to feel in this entire tournament. He had a great matchup only a couple weeks ago against the current undisputed women's world champion, Utami Hayashishita, which was a matchup of the week. And Reed, from that, I think, got into the good graces of the likes of Eve Torres and earned her spot into this entire tournament. Now, we know Lainey has not really been able to pick up too many wins in her career in IPW, but she's still a potent threat nonetheless. And when we look at what and when she can achieve her goals, you gotta think she's got gold in her future here, heading into especially what's coming after the Locked In or the Showdown. And with the fact that I'm also going to say she is in a decent position in terms of her division. She has the likes of Julia in here. She's got Utami once again. There could be potentially another a repeat matchup of the week. So far we've had two of those in this entire tournament, one of which our opener tonight between Gunther and Roman. This one looking to deliver on the same level of performance. As Liv continues to look to fly in this tournament. Codebreaker connects, spiking the knees into the temple of Reed. The referee giving a nice tap on Reed's head to just wake her up, ensure she kicks out. That is big woman Kim there counting. Liv may have been looking to put an end to this matchup there, but Reed evades, and This is her chance to shine. Obviously, the newest member of Fatal Influence here in IPW. She brings that cockiness, that brash style under the learning tree of Alan Henley. And when you sit under that tree, you start to pick up and learn means and methods to punish your opponent. And Fallon, we know, has had a storied history in IPW. The longest ever championship reign. Over a year long. But now, Fallon's on the... not on the up and up anymore. She is on a downward spiral. We'll see how that turns out for her. She will be competing in your main event. Right now, action is focused on Lainey Reed, who cartwheels and handsprings into a bulldog from Liv Morgan. Liv evades that punishment and now looks to punish with, I think, a discourse driver. Cover here off it as well. Reed's down, and that's going to get Liv the win. Well, we did say Morgan is a specialist in this type of tournament. The winner of last year, she knows how to go and bring it to everyone that steps in her pathway. There are two names that I'm interested to see how she does up against, and that is Julia and Utami Hayashishita, because those two, well, they can bring a different level of competition. They certainly have been in 2026.
Here is your winner, Liv Morgan.
A level Liv has been after in 26, but she's not anywhere near. Can she propel herself forward off this win? We will have to see, but now we shift back to the men. It's your co-main event tonight, and it is a chef's kiss on a plate. We're serving up a instant classic, let me tell you. You got to go back several years to when these two were competing. I'm trying to think. Has either of them faced off against one another? Has that ever happened in pro wrestling? That is something I'm not entirely sure on, but hey, we're about to find out as well. We're gonna let loose Rocky B and Shawn Michaels. I'm getting word that Brock Lesnar's done something to his hair. Whatever that means, I don't know, but that is something we'll find out right now. But not before the Heartbreak Kid makes his entrance.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
Now you may be wondering, why is Shawn Michaels in this tournament? He's been MIA in IPW. And you're partially right when you say that, but when we talk about Michaels in IPW, his run in the Road to the Showdown was phenomenal last year. He finished first seed in his division. He conquered several opponents, making it into that opening round on the live event. And while sure, he failed to make it past his round 1 opponent, he still had a solid run. As for this man, it's his first year in this tournament, and his time in IPW so far hasn't been the best. So he's grown out his beard. He's got a top knot and is looking to just throw caution to the wind.
His opponent from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 286 pounds, Brock
Lesnar, in this look, this feel, is a different animal. A bigger beast. Looking to destroy. Looks honestly more like a lumberjack than a UFC fighter. Well, that is part and parcel of what comes with Brocky B. Will this year, or this moment, be the start of the beast time atop of IPW? Well, this time he's got a long way to go, as he has 7 other men going to battle against him through thick and thin. We've so far seen, after tonight, half of the field in each division. Tomorrow night you'll get your start of the second half of round 1. And just realistically looking at how this tournament shapes up, the competition could very much be reaching its pinnacle, I think is the best way to put it. Last year we saw just everyone stepping up. This year there's been falters out of those stars that stepped up, and new ones are filling the void. And I think the big people to name that are kind of doing that, the likes of the Red Queen, Utami Hayashishita. I'd say Julia, another name that has stepped up as Michaels leaps into that forearm smash, going for the cover here as well. 1, 2, oh, nearly. And Michaels is shocked that Brock was able to kick out of that, but Lesnar, we know, he is a tough old son of a gun. He will be taking a little bit more punishment, but Michaels opting to tune up the band early for a little sweet chin music. Lands it flush on the jaw. 1, 2, and a kick out for Lesnar. I'm going to say this. Michaels, one of his unfortunate sort of things has been that ability to land the sweet chin music. He's struggled countlessly, basically landing the boot, and it's cost him several times over. And Brock could be one of those people it's cost him against, as the F5 connects. Lesnar spikes Michaels into the canvas, and he goes for the cover. But a kick out from the Heartbreak Kid staves off the danger. Michaels ascends, trying to drop the big punch, and does so. Almost a 5-knuckle shuffle, but as he looks to follow it up, Brock's catching him. And now Lesnar on the offensive. Big time half and half. Sends Michaels reeling to the outside. And now Lesnar looks to keep the punishment going and welcome Michaels to a new part of town. He calls it Suplex Effin' City. And Michaels is down. They will kick out. Lesnar, I think, has woken up here in IPW off this performance so far. But the game's not over until it is over. And Michaels, he's back in control and could be looking to super kick the head off of the Beast. No. Tries to launch the offensive, but Lesnar's not having any of it. An Irish whip and a knee. Kitchen sink in great effect for Brocky B, who's mounting some offense now onto Michaels. Unprotected shots to the face. He's just wailing on him. Lesnar scoops him up and brings him down. Fisherman's Buster spikes Michaels down. Cover here for Lesnar, the Beast, trying to steal it with the foot on the rope, but it's not going to work out for him. Michaels, enough fight to kick out of that, but he's now caught on the shoulders of Lesnar. Fights out of that predicament. Now going to send the Beast running into his own kitchen sink. Cover here for Michaels. 1, 2, no. Lesnar kicks out. Staves off the danger. Brock can't connect. Michaels still able to fly. And fly he will do as he ascends once more. Drops the elbow, but falls short. And Lesnar happy to send Michaels flying. His own way, though. Air Brock opens up. And it's going to be through Suplex City. Cover for Lesnar. 2. Michaels still kicking out. Able to stave off the second of the suplexes. Michaels maybe looking to put an end to it all. Leaps in, forearm smash connects. Brock gets up, caught, atomic drop from Michaels. Scoops up Lesnar and slams him down. Right in that drop zone, Michaels looks to fly once more. This time the elbow drop connects. And with that elbow drop, the band is revved up. It's being tuned up. And the boot connects. The sweet chin music serenades the Beast to sleep. Well, it's usually Beauty and the Beast. I guess you can call Michael's bell, because he rang Brock's bell. A great bout here in your co-main event, and Michaels, it's almost like he's never left this tournament. Back on winning ways as he scoops up the 3 points. With that there super kick, just putting the lights out of the Beast. Well, with this with this bout now in the books, it is time for your main event. It is a rematch from literally Love Dive. We will be seeing the Empress of Tomorrow go toe-to-toe with big Fallon Henley. I really cannot wait for this one, because you've got two stars that will have held the Undisputed Women's World Championship, both of them, in the space of the last month and a bit. But only one of them can, well, have their cake and eat it too. It's go time, folks. The main event, it's filled to the brim. It is ready to be drank. It's coming to you in a matter of seconds. Well, it looks like Fallon can still pull some strings. Always getting the second entrance. Guess that's the perks of being champion for so long.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan, Asuka!
Now, surprisingly, this is Asuka's first rodeo in this tournament. He wasn't involved last year. But you could see she could have been a potential big threat to the overall standings if she did compete. In fact, I'm just looking at how everything shaped up, the women's side and the men's side. No one finished on 0 points. However, you could start to question the validity of some of the stars that were competing. This year, them questions can't be asked. I've looked at the stars scheduled. They are top shelf. Speaking of top shelf, arguably the tippity top shelf is where this woman sits.
And her opponent, representing Fatal Influence from Chelsea, Michigan, Fallon Henley.
Wearing black, she is still mourning the loss of her title. Big Fallon Henley is the pedigree, the biggest star IPW has to offer. And tonight, she gets to step up and showcase why she is on top, why she is the best thing in the women's division. Well, obviously, she won't get a chance at the Red Queen in quite some time. There are still other things that she can prove during this tournament. Just to name some things. Just to name a few names as well. The likes of big-time Becky Lynch, Stephanie Vaquer, both sit in the same division as these two former world champions. And I think for Fallon, for Asuka, being able to beat Becky would be a huge thing on their accomplishment list. Both really would love to beat the current champion. And well, if you're Fallon, you're looking past making it to the showdown. Last year, an unceremonious exit during the actual live event, falling short, I believe, to EO Sky. That obviously a huge accomplishment for Sky, being able to upset the Fatal Influence leader. Now, the early go into this matchup, it's been a lot of high-flying offenses. Asuka, again with the springboard dropkick, going around the world just to deliver the punishment, and now getting caught for it. The fruit of Fallon's labor starts to pay off. We know that the champion has an aggressive streak, looks to stay vigilant. And, well, Asuka, we know, has beaten her. These two both own victories over one another over recent times. I have a feeling this matchup is somehow still going to go in favor of Fatal Influence's Fallon Henley, purely because Fallon is frustrated. Yuri can also be coming through Fallon as she eats the code breaker, but that's Fatal Influence's music. I don't know whom from the team that is. Well, it's JC Jane. That answers that. She offloads a massive slap combo. Off the rope she goes, and a big time knee. She connects here. Now, obviously, you're not allowed managers during this tournament, but interruptions, well, they're fair game. And Fallon using that interruption to go for the cover, but a quick kick out from Asuka staves off that fatal predicament. Off the ropes goes Henley. Lands the snapmare. The Empress of Tomorrow on the receiving end. The guns being pulled out for the former champion as Fallon sends the Empress flying. She ascends up top. Not a typical place to see Henley. She can soar, but the dropkick fails to connect, and Asuka's gonna make her pay with a neck breaker. Asuka. Again off the ropes. This time falls short. Fallon staying out of the danger zone. But still trying to go on the offensive, but she's caught here. Arms trapped. Brutalizer locked in for the Empress of Tomorrow. Quickly fought out of by Henley, though, who's now unloading some big-time strikes. Tosses Asuka to the wayside. These two know each other so well. Know how to really respond to one another once. And that big boot is a massive response from Asuka as it busts open Fallon Henley. Cover here as well for Asuka, and it's good for one. Make it two. Ooh, almost gets the three. Big man Lennon slow on that count in terms of he staggered it a little bit there. But not to say he is a bad referee. Fallon hangs Asuka out to dry off that top rope. Now looks to punish, but she lets Asuka back to her feet, and that could be costly as the Empress lining her up. A leapfrog hooks her up, can't get the belly to belly, and in fact Fallon unloads and comes through with a crossbody. This stage of things, you really have to feel it's going to come down to the wire. Asuka. Oh, just wrenching at the arm. going for the cover here. A little cheeky. It's not the first time this has happened tonight. And it's not the first time someone's able to kick out of it. Fallon kicks down south, sets her up. Hold down. That connects to the temple. And down goes the Empress for the cover. Fallon almost getting the win there. Near fall overall. But Fallon looks to keep the pressure on. But Asuka meeting her. Stopping it. A drop down. Another leapfrog. This time the spinning heel kick connects. And Asuka continues to wail on the former champion. Spinning gut kick works. Asuka charges in. The hip attack connects as well. Fallon laid out flat in the center of the ring, and Asuka looked to put her away. Arms trapped once again. The brutalizer in tight. Will Asuka get the tap out here? The answer's no. In fact, she gets busted open. Both ladies bleed for your main event antics. They know there's a lot on the line here. No one wants to give an inch. Everyone wants to make it back into the showdown. Asuka to make her first. Fallon to go further than her last time. Asuka catches her. Roll up here in the ropes. I would have called that a rope break, but it's a count coming through. And Asuka steals it. All it takes is 3 quick seconds to steal victory from under the nose of your opponent. And that is what the Empress of Tomorrow just achieved. And with it, 3 big points go to the Empress of Tomorrow.
Here is your winner,
You certainly have to feel for Fallon here. And she's pointing out her feet were on the ropes. Big man Lennon costing her there. But cost is what comes with every sort of matchup. There's always a cost. But tonight, the cost is, it's already been accounted for. Tomorrow's hasn't. As the card for tomorrow night, well, it's on your screens now. Night 3 sees, well, the beginning of the second half of round 1. 8 more big names competing. So we'll be kicking off the night in the teal division. It's Nia Jax, Blake Monroe. That's going to be an epic opener. From there, we head to Mark Henry and John Cena. That's your Gold League brawl there. And then you hit your 2 main and co-main events. Alexa Bliss, Momo Watanabe competing against one another in the co-main, and then your main event sees the Pink League on display as Obafemi goes toe-to-toe with Seth frickin' Rollins. I would call this Powerhouse Night, because you've got powerhouses across one side and some agile battlers on the other side, and I guess John Cena. Tune on in, same time as tonight, 6:30 for stream start. Whenever, for when I actually start the bouts. But yes, we've had some epicness tonight. Thank you for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed every bout as I have tonight. And I will see you tomorrow for 4 more. Peace out.